This is Gradowski of WeAreChange.org, and just when you thought the government spying couldn't get more outrageous, more obvious, it does. I'm actually joined by a good friend of mine, one of the smartest people when it comes to computers, Alex Heid of HackMiami.org and FederalJack.com. Now, Alex, can you tell us what you found out?
Yeah, basically when I was making use of my one of my prepaid Boost phones on Android, when I went to the System Settings, I went to About, System Settings.
And this is only on pretty much Droids you could find this out. So if you have a Droid, you should follow along.
Yeah, definitely. And go to About Phone and check the status. And then scroll down to where it shows the IP address. And check the IP address of where your phone's connecting to. Now this is the IP address of where your phone, the first hop that your phone is connecting to.
Yeah, and for the people who are computer illiterate and don't know what an IP address is, what is it?
It's a unique string of numbers that defines where your device is talking to and communicating on the internet. It's like an address, but for your device.
So where is your phone talking to?
Well, when we run a whois query, which is basically a query that tells us who this is, we type whois 25.90.253.134. And we see that it is speaking to, for some reason, the DENSA Ministry of Defense out of the United Kingdom.
Well,
so for some reason, my phone, which is located in the United States and is on a prepaid carrier of Boost Mobile, is routing through the UK Ministry of Defense.
wow.
And I've also observed phones on the T-Mobile network, which was routing through the DoD, and I smashed it the moment I noticed it was doing that, and then I went out and bought another one thinking it was defective, and then I smashed that one. And now I have this one that I just do research on, and I found out that this one's connecting to the UK.
Well, so different phones based on their carriers, based on their whatever status they are, they either connect to the UK or US Department of Defense?
It seems that way, and the official explanation is that the carriers are making use of unused, unallocated IP address ranges that the government is not using, so they're just letting the carriers use
So the government's explanation is that we're just being really friendly to our phone companies and giving them our free services and our free servers.
Yes, they're just collaborating.
That they have full access to.
Yes.
Like, hey, you know, we're the government. We're just going to give you something for free, for no return at all. Yeah, just believe us, please.
So they might, so even though they might not actively be dumping on the traffic or logging everything, they have access to it.
Yeah.
And it was just recently ruled that the courts ruled that prepaid phones can be tracked without warrants because there's no expectation of privacy.
Wow. So are these only with prepaid burner phones, or are these also, like, does this also happen with contracted phones like?
I would encourage anyone to check and then post in the comments what their results are. These are prepaid phones. I've observed it on contract phones as well, but I'd be interested to see all the different types of intelligence agency IP addresses that everyone's commercial phones are talking to.
Yeah. So the government very conveniently says, we have all this open space and servers. Here you go. Route all your information through there. We're just going to okay that we could look at it without a warrant. But don't worry. Trust us. Believe us. We won't take your information.
Yeah, I'm sure they have no malicious intent.
We won't spy on you. So what's the conclusion? What's the overall thought about everything?
Well, as a community, the IT community needs to start looking at open source routing alternatives that will start taking us off and weaning us off of this ancient infrastructure.
Like mesh networks and bringing other people together for freer communication. So if you want privacy, it's not there yet, but if we all come together, if we all build this network, we could have a free private communication systems and not be spied on by the government. But it all depends on us coming together.